a human being, I'm struggling to understand how actions have emotions and why I'm feeling this type of way from someone else's
So
actions.
there's a line in the song
Yeah,
where it said, "Mom need a CEO.
yeah,
I need to bring Mozilla back."
yeah.
What was that about?
So for that, for me, it's like when you play back, cause I think before that, 2 lines before that, I think I said I was 9 years old playing with my match attacks. That was 9 years old. That's what 2030, and so I remember being in my room by the heater playing with match attacks like they're action figures. I remember that,
Yeah.
and it's like fast forward, um, you went Joe, and it's like the feds done raided the place, but when they raided it, they done messed everything up. Like the electricity in some rooms ain't working, the heating's mad messed up, there's bugs everywhere. Like man are really trying to, you know what I mean, bug the whole yard. So I remember the damp in the kitchen got mad bad. Like so we were living out of boxes. Like the refrigerator wasn't working, the stove weren't working. So we were literally living out of boxes. I remember I think it was Christmas, maybe 2018, 2017. 2016, like we were living out of boxes. Like we had to cook dinner on one of them plug-in stoves.
Okay.
So reminiscing about that and everything and how life progressed so fast and man went from uh being being in like watching people in the studio and being like, raw, this is before man even took music seriously, to now where it's like everything's come full circle. I was a kid when my dad was in the studio and now I'm in the studio myself. So now I need everyone to understand that like I'm just my voice is just a passage and time is gonna flow through my voice. So I try to bounce between the past, present and the future. So I'm saying before I get everything I need and on my journey to become whatever I'm gonna become in this lifetime, in this realm, I need my mom to be at the top of whatever she's doing. So that's the CEO, that's the COO, whichever one's the top. And I need my Zilla to come home. So it's like I need a CEO for mom. I need my Zilla back. And it's like if someone were to ask, what would you do to that? Like, bro, there's no type of question for that. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, that song. The maddest part, I think I wrote that song in like a day. Whereas most songs they take like 3, 4 weeks to write.
Okay.
So.
So there's another line in that song
Mhm.
when it something about is Zilla is Zilla something about mentally.
Oh yeah, it's Zilla
Uh,
free.
yeah.
I'm not just mentally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Car. What I see or what we're programmed to see through social media is what we're programmed to see through social media is that a lot of people come home from jail, but they're not mentally home from jail.
Okay.
Like they come home from jail, but it's like they go straight back to eating ramen and that same like they're still in jail.
I get you.
So it's like I I don't want because what I understood recently is that words when you say words you're casting a spell in it. That's why it's called spelling.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I want Marzilla to be free, but I don't want him to just be free from the institution you guys got him in. I want him to also be free mentally from the place he's in.
Okay.
So that was the meaning behind that lyric, and yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
No, because it was more of the way I understand it is like, oh, I'm gonna tell Easy still being playing big pop to my mini me.
yeah,
You got I'm gonna tell Baba everything they did to me. You got me leaning like that to up in Italy.
yeah.
So for me, it's like, okay, so is this a crying out for something? Is this to express that, look, this was where it was at one point and then everything been uprooted and put into another place?
Um, I think that part of the song was more just looking back on everything that. I think with me, it's like so much has happened that it's easy for something that already happened to be forgotten about by me. So like
Okay.
I might be reminded about something and it's like, oh yeah, that happened. But because I'm not really too I don't remember too tough about what 2017 to what 2020. In between them, I don't really remember too much. Car, I was on the lean and the weed too heavy to remember most of it. So that's where,
So you was trying to block it out by staying eviscerated.
yeah. So that's why I said they got me leaning like that tower up in Italy.
Okay. So it was a metaphor, playing words.
Yeah, a little double entendre, and then just the line before that is he playing big pop to my mini me. That's more of a thing of like, rah, man's really tired of the. I don't know about everyone else. I don't really like the feeling of bringing kids to a prison, an institution where they have to be searched, and so it's like by the time I have kids, I need my dad to be home. You know what I mean? If my dad came home, I'd have kids quicker. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because I would love to be like, I would love to for you to be like, yo, S, you know this is literally the smaller version of you. Like you used to do this. I want my youth to pour his food on the floor and eat it, just like I did. You know what I mean? So it's like I need that memory. So these are stuff that in the music it only makes sense to speak. Car if I'm speaking a song into existence, then I need it. And the funny thing about that song, Special Delivery, it was actually gonna be part of like a little LP, EP, whatever it's called Post Office, where I just post all my letters. I still might release that though, cause that's a banging idea. But yeah.
Okay.
And we got letters to everyone. Letter to dad, letter to mom. You guys had letter to big bro. Track 9 on consequential progression. Love letter, that's track 5 on consequential progression. And a lot of people classify the life of SQ, um, the song track 4 of the Life of SQ EP as a letter. And I'm not mad about it. I never really thought about it as a letter. If you guys think it's heartfelt enough to become a letter, then reach for the stars, go hard. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the answer to that question.
So the song, um, um, song cry.
Yeah.
What is that about?
Well, I think once again, I think that ties into an earlier topic where I said I didn't listen to whoever everyone listened to. So it's like until what about I want to say 8 months ago, I had never really heard like a Jay Z song. I knew Empire State of Mind. I knew Niggas in Paris with Kanye. But
Okay.
other than that, I was like, does this guy even rap? So I remember speaking to my manager at Brooklyn one day, and he he was just because he's the biggest Jay Z fan I've ever met.
Okay.
So I was there like raw, you know what I mean? I was like, alright, cool. Let me see a Jay Z beat. Let's see what's going on. And they were all just boring and boom, bam, boom, bam, boom. I was like, alright. Then I heard the song cry, and I was like, whoa, car. That the title resonated with me before I even heard the beat, the instrumental, because that's the one thing I've been able to do with my music. I've been able to make people cry over the song. So when I heard the word song cry, I was like, oh, this is for S. Clearly, it's not gonna be one of them songs that make you cry, but I want to resonate with that. So yeah, literally just heard the instrumental and just kind of floated it. I tried not to write something. I tried to make it all come off the dome. We shot the video for that. If you
Okay.
if you go on the Patreon for only £5 a month, you can go watch that unreleased. You know what I mean? You can go watch that. But yeah, song cry. There was not really much thought behind it. It was just I want to make the song cry, and
Okay.
that's something that you can find in some of my most impactful songs. I'm either talking about tears or blood or something. Car, it's either the song's gonna cry or I'm gonna make the beat bleed. That's one of the two. So that's how I try to approach it.
Okay. So what would you say is your most memorable moment in the recording studio?
Um, I think there's a couple. So I'm gonna give you guys one. We might still have it on tape. Don't quote me on this, but I remember I was in the studio with Eloisa. I was in the studio with Kilo, my old brethren, who at the time I was making my engineer. And then I remember being in the studio. We were in Pirates down. I don't remember where we were. And I remember just talking to bro, and he's like, nah, cause you know when people say, oh yeah, I like the song, but his face is best, just like this.
Okay.
I like the song. Yeah, it's nice, it's nice. And I'm there like, you clearly don't like the song, bro. What's wrong with your face? So then I pulled up the Where You Been beat, and then everyone's face just kind of, yo, what's this? What's I hear that and I wanna out I with you. So I'm like, all right, cool. I gotta do something to this, but I never wrote anything to it. So I
Okay.
told bro, all right, cool. Play the beat, put it on loop. Give me 3 minutes, and I'm just searching through my phone. What's gonna go to this? And then I came up with something, and literally the rest is history. And now what? We're about to be on what? 21,000, 21,000 streams, and then what? We recorded it. Eloisa shot the video for me same day, and then we released it all in like 18 to 24 hours. You know what I mean? And then yeah, that was the. If you go on my YouTube channel, that's the original Where You Been video. So there's the new one that we shot in Greece to celebrate the 20,000 streams, but the original was shot almost a year ago. No, a year ago today.
Okay.
So yeah. Memorable moments. Whoa. Oh, Violent Nights. I remember recording Violent Nights. I was in, once again, big up Kilo, big up Eloisa. We were down Croydon, East Croydon. We were down East Croydon. I think Brooklyn was late to the studio session. Or he wasn't in the room. I remember that. And we had like a either a 10-hour thing or a 3-4 hour thing. And man was in there, and it was like, once again, the vibes dead. You know, because when I do the rap songs, there's Eloisa and Kilo, they're not rap fanatics. So they don't go crazy for the song cries and
Yeah, yeah,
they go crazy for the rule number ones. When the beats kick in and they understand two lines, you just see the head bop like they're in Fresh Prince, you know what I mean?
yeah. Okay.
So yeah, once again, just when I do the freestyles and the longer raps, they don't get it. So I said once again, yo, bro, slap on that beat and uh how does it start? Falling, dreaming, talking in your sleep. I know you want to rap. You know what I mean? So, and it
So
was, yeah,
you know the. So this is what I meant to ask.
yeah.
Is that you singing the hook?
No, it's not me singing the hook. It's a sample.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a sample. Kanye Night. Ugh. I said Kanye Night. Kanye West Violent Nights.
Okay.
Um, yeah, literally just said, yeah, this is hard. But what the thing is with me, I probably have like 400 sample songs. Unless I believe it's gonna be worth it. I don't believe unless I feel like it's gonna blow up and be an amazing hit single. I don't release them because they're gonna end up taking all my publishing anyway. So might just release it for free on YouTube. No, subscribe. But yeah,
Okay.
memorable moments, boy. Memorable moments. Do I have a memorable moment that I can think of at the top of my gaff right now? Uh. Oh yeah, when we made Breaking Bad. Oh my. When we were down I was on United Borders bus. Shout out United Borders. Shout out Justin. Shout out the man them. Shout out everyone. Um, we were down in Church Road. I'm there. I'm down there with my brethren Berkshire, and literally, Els just walked on the bus from our church, and uh, what? Like everyone's kind of gas car. Everyone knows he's been rapping for time, but he ain't released no new music in a little while.
Okay.
So Brucky's tapped me like, yo, like this was our chance. Like, bro, we got about 3.5 minutes to slap on the beat and go crazy. Literally put up some random beat off YouTube and I think I don't remember what the beat. I don't even know what the producer's name, but I remember he was a pussy anyway. Cause man tried to buy the beat and once he heard the song, he wanted like quadruple what he originally set the price for.
Okay.
So I think the original price was 350. Once he heard the song, he was like, nah, you give me 2 bags for it, I'll give you the exclusive rights. I was like, what? That's mad. So then I just got, once again, shout out Pyro. Got Pyro to remake the beat for me. So anyway, um, Yeah, literally just I had the beat and it was like about 45 seconds. I had the hook. I just do it like Breaking Bad. How does this song even go? I don't remember.
Doing like Breaking Bad, something about in our lab, blah, 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 blah.
Every time I hear that song, I get confused with Dilemma. Because Dilemma it goes, I just do it like Breaking Bad. That's in and out of the chat. Penalties it. Yeah, I get mad confused because I was just singing Dilemma right there. But Um, Breaking Bad, that was lit. Like just going back and forth. 'Cause me, I'm a man where like I don't let no one shit on me when it comes to features. There's probably about two songs in this lifetime I've probably lost. Like when it comes to verses. Number one is probably track. What track is it? It's not. I don't remember what track. I think it's track 7 of Consequential Regression, which was Cold Hearted featuring Bruckshot. That was originally the remix. I originally had someone else on the song, and my second verse was a lot harder. But because he took the second verse, he left my weak ass first verse, and then he jumped on the second verse, and now it looks like, oh, you got carried. But it's like, whatever, I let you think whatever you think in it. So, um, but yeah, I think that's my most memorable stories when it comes to
Okay.
the booth. Yeah, yeah. As of right now, anyway.
So when Western Road.
Western Road. Brr, brr. Big up my Western Roaders. Yeah.
So how did you come up with the idea of Western Road?
This is mad because I've actually had this question before. Western Road. So we're just gonna revert a little bit. I have a song called Look Around, and I was freestyling for about 4.5 minutes. At the end of the freestyle, I came up with the lines. Um, how does Western Road again? Uh, Trying to treat Zilla like he big meats. What's the line before that? Oh, I don't remember, man. I'm all over the place. But I literally came up with the start of Western Road from the end of that song.
Okay.
So then when I heard the new beat, I took them 3 lines and I kind of I wanted to go somewhere so different with it. I wanted to go down a rabbit hole, and it's like if you're not listening, you can't really go the whole way with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, literally, Uh, I wrote it, produced it same day, and then didn't really think no way about it. Like I just thought it was a regular song, and
So
then
yeah.
I sent it to BBC Introducing, and then big up.
So was that the only song you sent to BBC
No,
Introducing?
no, I've been sending songs to BBC Introducing for months. They got like years even. So they got 3 levels. They got listened to, uploaded, and played. So I've had songs uploaded and listened to by the admin team for years. So when man got the email that there's a chance that this thing might be played, I was like, oh whatever, bruv, whatever. You guys always say that, and then I'm left there sitting there with my dick in my hands because there's no song.
Okay.
Remember, I went. I don't remember where. I think I was in South. I remember being South for something. I think I was engineering someone else's recording session. I remember that, and I drove back home and I got like 4 or 5 emails. Your song has been played, rare, 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 tagged, this, that. So I'm like, what? What song? Because meanwhile, I've already sent in, because they allow you to uh, upload 2 songs every week or month, I think.
Okay.
So I've already uploaded like 6 more songs. So when they say song, I'm not understanding what song they're talking about.
Yeah.
And then I open up the BBC Sounds app, play that, and I'm like, raw. That's Western Road, cuz. So then, yeah, I was on a high for about 7 to 8 weeks after. Yeah.
So how did that momentum die out?
The momentum died out. I think that was it must be almost a year ago now.
Mm.
Um, to be honest, I had nothing to follow it up because it was so unexpected. I had nothing. Like nowadays, like when I made when I made sure that I was recording where you been. I had temps I had sitting in the pipeline. I had
Okay.
I still got more music sitting in the pipeline. So it was like I always had something to say. All right, cool. If that's step one, step 2 to 5 is complete. So
Yeah,
once I push step one, I just gotta jump straight to step 6 and get ahead.
yeah.
With that, it was like, man, released it, letting everyone know, yo, man was on the radio, rare, rare, rare. And it was like, yeah, that's it. And then I went straight back to disappearing back into my little rabbit hole and
Okay.
popped out with a single, 8 months later.
So with all those recordings you had prior to that, you couldn't throw another one to build on the momentum.
I probably could have, but at the time, I wasn't there. You know what I mean? I wasn't there.
So psychologically, mentally, you weren't ready.
No, I wasn't. I'll be honest. Yeah, I wasn't ready.
So you're ready now.
Yeah, I believe I'm ready. I'm more ready now than I've ever been. Like,
Okay.
and you kind of, and everyone, and to everyone that's hearing this right now, um, if you don't believe me, then follow me on Snapchat, follow me on Instagram. Cause lately, more recently than ever, I'm be dropping more unreleased music. Cause I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I just got all this music stacked up. So make sure you subscribe to the channel on it. Cause man's gonna be dropping music like very frequently. And that's not just no bullshit that man's telling you that you want to hear. Like, I'm being dead serious too. So like, you can just hear it in my tone. All the songs I've recorded in the past 3 months. Like, there's almost like an anger behind it, car. Blood, I defo believe that when it comes to this rap shit in this country or whatever the hell you want to call this place, this island, whatever the fuck, man's top 5, top 3. There's not many that can do what they do. I do. Like, yeah, because when I talk about music, everyone can do the lit stuff. Everyone can do the club banger. It's not that hard to make a club banger. You know what I mean? Well, for me anyway, it's more harder to have someone cry from your song. To me, so if man's just gotta say, alright, cool, we just flood the marketplace until everyone's sick of me, and I get my big break, and we do that. Car, nah,
So at this precise moment, if you can, off of the top of your head, in your catalog, how many songs would you say you've got sitting in unreleased stuff?
what all time?
No, since from because it sounds as if you got more unreleased stuff than released stuff.
100%. I got 9 on the first, 5 on the second. That's 14. Probably got about 15 released songs right now that you can go get. Not to mention my old tapes. So yeah, 20, 25 songs all time from year
That's still
9.
been released. So
Yeah,
what
yeah,
about the
yeah. That's
unreleased
still
ones?
out. Yeah, yeah. You got
So
about
we're talking about unreleased songs where it's only you close circle privy to. So roughly what, 100,
nah.
10, 15?
So we're talking released versus unreleased. Released, I got 20 songs out, and unreleased, I probably have. I don't want to overestimate it, but I definitely got somewhere like almost 2,000 songs now.
Fuck, you know.
Yeah, like,
So,
yeah.
so for me, at this precise moment,
Mhm.
in terms of your growth, position, direction, where you want to go with it,
Yeah.
what would you need as a package to help establish Double S as a rapper into the mainstream? Because obviously everything is on the underground. People are listening to the music, but they're not getting it. It's not like you getting commercially played or you're in the limelight where you're doing shows and all of these things. So what would you need to take you from where you are now to the next step up the ladder?
So what I'm gonna tell you quickly, I'm gonna tell you what my plan is for the next 3 to 4 months. I'm gonna tell you guys what I need from everyone else as fans afterwards. So my plan is I wanna have so right now with the music I'm running like 2 series. Consequential Progression and The Life of Double S. I mean The Life of SQ. That's what's out. So man could either drop Consequential Progression 2, I could drop The Life of Double S, I could drop I could start a whole brand new series within the music and just go on kind of a mixtape run for the whole of next year. I'm talking
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever makes logical sense. I could get it done. You know what I mean? If I don't want to oversaturate it, might go for a 3, 4 every 4 months. Man, hearing my name, and because what I know is that the mixtape itself might not be the biggest thing in the world, like man are reposting or whatever, but I know there's gonna be a 1, 2 single that makes the whole country say, "Who's that? Like,
Okay.
who's who is that, man?" You know what I mean? So for everyone, all I need to say is that like I'm sorry for not like I don't know how to be vocal. Like when it comes to when I really take time off this music and I really go live my private life and XYZ, like I don't feel like I owe no one an explanation about anything. And it's
So,
wrong.
so we're gonna go off topic a little bit, not from away from music, but what made you do music? Start doing music in the first place?
When it comes to music, for everyone that knows me personally, for everyone that knows me, when you first met me, I didn't speak to you. Like, unless you're a relative, I didn't speak to you first. I promise you. I know I didn't speak to you first because I just people strange. That's how I associate strange. People are strange. One minute they love you, then they hate you. That's strange. So I just said, cool. I've never been the person to say hello, make friends. No, people make friends with me. People, people love the mystique and they want to talk to me. Um, so for me, it was like I can't really talk to no one, but and when I do talk to someone, I probably say the most outlandish shit that spins them some way where they think, yo, this guy's kind of strange. So what it was like, cool. But when man talked to this instrumental can't say shit back to me. It just says back what, it just plays back what I already said to it.
Okay.
So especially man was going through a lot, yeah, 9 days. I ended up having to quit the lean because the lean was taking my breath away, but I needed my breath for the music.
Okay.
So I'd say music kind of saved me from the drug and the rare. So now it's more like a therapy box. Like I fully could be in a studio for 6, 7 weeks. Like
Okay.
shower next door, kitchen across the hall, and I just be in my element. Like you know what I mean. So um, I say music saved me, and I use it more as an instrument to heal myself more than an instrument to please other people. But then what I'm learning is that everyone needs healing, and because I'm healing myself, it doesn't mean that someone might not be at the stage I'm at. So that's why I would release older music to help you get from where I was to where I'm at now.
Okay.
So that's where uh, the love for music started.
I see. So, in within the next, what's the plan for the next year and a half, 2 years, 18 months to? So, so now we in jumping out at 2023,
Yeah.
crept in closely to 2024. So, if we say, where would be us at 2025? This time, 2025.
2025. The UK is gonna know my name. 2025, the UK is going to know my name. I refuse for it not to. Cause you gotta think, like, 2025, I'm only 21. I'm 21 with almost 6 years of experience. So these other little dickhead 21-year-olds rapping like nursery rhymes, they can't, on a level, they can't fuck with me.
Okay.
Cause what it is you got nerds trying to come from a street angle, and you got the street man them influencing the whole world.
Okay.
So it's like if you don't rap about killing or trapping, people don't want to hear it. So that's what the nerds coming out of the nerds that never came from that place. That's what they want to talk about, but they have no credentials to back it up.
No, I understand the narrative, but
Yeah,
then the reason why I'm asking it because yeah, competition helps. I'm not trying to understand the competitive thing because somebody somebody has to lose for somebody to win. And then the person who winning is now basking in the success of destroying an ex-man food or his bread where he was supposed to eat. So for me, yeah, competition is fine, but I've never believed in successful, yeah, like in any aspect of, it's like in business. When you winning, somebody's losing. And it's like even in football or whatever sports you play. If the team draw, oh, they're never happy, or we could have won the game because we played better and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's coulda, but you still draw. When you win, you're happy and you come and you share and you talk all about the strategy that went well. The team that always had their strategy and they never win, they now start break down the strategy. Oh yeah, we could have done this and we could have done that. Then they're now building up their strategy to win.
Yeah.
So it's either they're gonna change tactic, they're gonna change the manager, they're gonna change the director, the CEO, or whosoever is in position to make sure that you got the winning formula, right?
Yeah.
Now, in in the life of Double S and in his world, he's an alone soldier thing because he's been let down by different people and many people. So, are you looking to put a team together with only relevant, important people to help you to jump start this thing? So 2025, this time you're in a different position than where you are this time.
A team's defo it's a part of my future. I don't know if it's a part of the like the next week, the next month. I don't know when exactly, but I know if man do the groundwork and release the first two tapes, then man's gonna be in the environment of being able to attract and be in the environment where people that are in that I don't know what the word is. People that are in that like work scenario. Yeah, does that make sense? I know once I drop and make some noise for myself, I'm gonna attract those people that I need for my own team. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not a thing of yo man need it right. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I know that for a fact. So yeah, I need to get to work. Like I got music to drop. Like a lot of music to drop. Cause man write so much music that if I don't read, I can't write. 'Cause I feel like I've said everything I've said already. Like my vocabulary is there's no word, there's no sentence I've said to you now that I've never wrote down or it's not in one song. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So for me it's just about having different experiences and just experiencing different stuff to be able to rap and say stuff a different way.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't lie. For me, just everyone listening to this right now, if you're a SQ fan, Double S fan, I will be dropping a major tape before January 14th. That's all I can say to you. A major tape. So, yeah, just be on the lookout. Subscribe, be on the lookout, and yeah, let's get it cracking still. Yeah.
And tell a friend for tell another friend, and another friend for tell another friend, and tell another friend for tell another friend that we're coming at you every week so you can be chilling and vibing on the weekend.
Yeah. We're here, man. How long have we been running for? 13 or 30? So we've been running for an hour and 30. We're about to wrap this up. We've got to shoot some exclusive access content. Subscribe to the Patreon, man. It's right there. It's right there. But any more questions you want to say to me, Zilla, before we wrap up this episode and start
Yeah,
shooting?
so for me personally, it's more of I hear the music. I've got some quality time to sit down and listen to the music.
Mm-hmm.
All I have to say from a fan of the music, not even from a personal perspective, but as I think people gather by now that Zilla is excuse OG, but at the same time, for me personally, as a fan of the music,
Mm-hmm.
I've heard the growth. I've seen the growth.
Yeah.
I just want people to get the opportunity to listen to the growth and the artistry where the thing is coming from. It's only one criticism I've got about this thing here.
Mm.
Me personally,
Yeah.
your vocabulary is very decent, so you have to find some way how to be explicit.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying you can't use the explicit language,
Okay.
but then if we want to attract different audience and different mindset and very, yeah, you just have to clean it up a little bit. That's my only criticism.
But that's okay though, cause Eloisa behind the camera right now could tell you my first couple songs. Fucking hell, bro. Every 2 words, it was just fucking. So I'm slowly growing out of that. Yes, these new songs don't have nearly as much assurance as the ones you got. So, we're doing thing by piece, but shit, man. Sometimes you just need a fucking for what's the word?
No, I get what you're saying, but like I said, it's not
Pow.
nothing where
Onomatopoeia.
it's overly exaggerated. All I'm saying is, if we want to, because we live in a world of stereotypical people, right?
Yeah.
And somebody won't listen to the song because it's got fucking in there or it's saying this or saying that. But then bear in mind, you have to be certain type of people to listen to a certain type of music.
Mm-hmm.
But as time goes on and the time you grow, you're gonna attract different people and different audience. And we don't really want people to learn certain context and certain concept of how you portray yourself because they think, oh yeah, they see you in the street and the first thing you say, what's up, motherfucker, or my dog, or you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, certain terminology, like for me personally, I know every word we rock with. Like me, I would never want anybody to call me a nigga
Yeah.
because I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I said to somebody today, and I've been saying for a while, there's nobody that is racist. But everybody on this planet is prejudiced. And for people who don't understand what prejudice is, go and look up the word. And then you'll understand where we come from. Nobody's racist, but everybody is prejudiced. So when a person is prejudice against you is because certain connotations or certain tone or certain profanity or certain explicit been used and they think, oh yeah, I'm going to use this against this person. So yeah, for me, keep doing your thing, fella. You've got great future in this thing, but then you now have to be hungry for this thing because you're behaving like your belly full.
Yeah.
All you need to do is be hungry, and once the the hunger starts short, then people will come along.
Yeah.
And yeah, people that out there who I don't know always are gonna be cash. Remember, people are like they led where the masses are. So you will find out it's like a company, right? When you write a business plan, they expect you to have an exit clause in the business plan, right? So exit clause mean after 5 years are you gonna sell the business? So imagine for the hardest time in a business is the first 5 years.
Yeah.
Because the business can win or lose within the first 5 years. If you make it past the 5 years going into the year 6, that means you now got a fully fledged business, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you want to exit the business when you put in all this groundwork.
Yeah, that's kind of mad still.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing with your career, boy. People will sit down and watch you struggle, and as soon as taking off the runway and running, then all of a sudden now everybody want to come in to say, oh yeah, I'm willing to do this and I'm willing to do that and I'm willing to do that, which you can't really knock it or you can't really knock a person for their hustle. So you were sitting on the sideline all along watching me struggling out here with this thing. And then all of a sudden now you telling me, oh, this is what it is. But I'm not saying that to, in no negative connotation to put somebody off. All I'm saying is some of the time people see the talent and because of the way, because bear in mind, everybody's got a place where they have to go back to at all time, yeah?
Okay.
So if you, all right, we're going to use street as an example.
Alright.
If a man was on the street doing his little hustling, and that was his first knowledge of earning his capital,
Yeah.
every time that person get to a financial struggle, they always go back to the initial.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Because that's who you know.
Yeah.
Like for me, because my lifestyle come from a carpentry background and all of these things, and I've always been in that life from I was way high. It's for me, every time I need to raise some capital, I always look for somebody who's got some farmer. You want to fit a kitchen, or you want to build a house, or whatever you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have that street cred where more time when I sit down and have conversation with people and they're like, I've never sell drugs in my life. I don't even know what the terminology of drugs is.
Yeah.
But then the concept of other people, they automatically think you're a drugs dealer because you're black and you're from a particular geographical location, and they try to associate it with gangster business or badness or whatever. But I'm a big fish, so you can't fry me in the small fish aisle.
Yeah.
I'm too big to hold in that little frying pan there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that.
So all I'm saying is, son, you've got all these possibilities and all the great things in front of you. You cannot fear the unknown.
Yeah.
So from big pop to mini-me,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is, boy, it's your time now to get hungry because you've been too comfortable in that slot there. Yeah?
Yeah.
You can make some noise now. The man who having hearing aid thinking, oh shit, I haven't got my hearing aid in, but I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you have to put that into perspective. And I'm sure at some point, there's a team of people that go assemble themselves to make sure that this thing happens.
Of course, in due time. Big facts.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
we can't really sit around and wait for that to happen because a year ago, nearly, we had a conversation with another person and they gave me their word like, yeah, I'm going to make sure this happens. And nearly a year later, it's November, we had that conversation last year.
Yeah.
And like 2 weeks later, yeah, it's like, okay, what happened? Because I asked the question, what is holding you back? And literally nothing. And a year later, you're still on the journey by yourself.
Yeah.
So, like I said, for me, every setback is for the get back.
Of course. Of
And
course.
every lesson, every loss turn into a lesson, and every lesson turn into a win.
Yeah.
Also, they're all learning curve. And I've always seen that every pitfalls is for you to understand because every scar tells a story.
Yeah.
So every scar, whether it's a mental scar or a physical scar, they all tell a story. So you have to understand the concept like, okay, cool, we've been there. And I'm sure you've learned many, 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 many things since you start this musical journey a while back to where you are now. You understand how to publish your own music, how to get your own music registered with your publisher, and how to do synchronization and all of these things. You have to learn these things on your own back.
Yeah.
You see? So when somebody come into this table with you, and bear in mind, and I'm putting this out there, for all of the young up-and-coming rappers or artists or singers or whichever, you have to understand that, okay, there's money in this thing than even the people them before. Like people who start this thing 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Now they're selling their catalog because, yeah, their songs may be on YouTube, but they're not making no money from it because it's not synchronized. Hence why they're selling off their back catalog for hundreds of millions. Now, Double S, you know how to... You own 100% rights to your music.
Yeah.
You own the masters and all of these things, so nobody can't really come and claim the stuff.
Yeah.
So that is another thing that at some point, I mean, it's quite easy now for people to understand it, but then if a man just wants to rap and all of these things, because we always have this conversation that it's 98% business and 2% music. And the easy part is the music, the 2%, but the 98% is the donkey work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you win or you lose.
Yeah.
Because remember, once you do it right once,
Yeah.
this become a generational thing.
Yeah.
But if you never do it once, 10, 15, 20 years or 100 years down the line, your estate will be fighting for the rights and the publishing of your own of your own work you've done 100 years ago.
Yeah.
So the whole ethos of this whole thing is to understand the rules of the game. Because if you don't understand the rules of the game, you can't play.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
So, look, we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah.
It was great talking. It was a great conversation. I learned a few more things that I had questions. But look, this is a conversation we have all the time. So for the world to be listening to it and understanding how we chop this up, and I like the idea of we talking to normal, everyday people. It's not no people from that walks of life or wherever they come from or how they see it or whatever they choose to understand from it. We normal everyday people just having a grand old conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was nice having the chat. Thanks for everybody again for chiming in, listening, and hope we can shed some light and some insight on the life of Double S and his journey through this music here and the way we're going to take it next. And, yeah, come be a part of the damn thing.
All right. Got a final PSA. If you weren't listening at the start of the podcast, final PSA of the episode. Masterclass is now available on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Radio Public, and Stitcher. All 6 episodes are available. If you're not watching this on YouTube right now, then what are you doing? We got video right now. Visuals, as they say in Rome. So make sure you're here, subscribe, Patreon. If you want exclusive access to everything we're talking about right now, £5 a month, $4.99. No tax, no VAT. You know what I mean? You be in the trenches with us. We support anything. You don't have to. We're not begging. Trust me, we're not begging. But guys, it's been your boy Double S. We about to go record for exclusive access. So I'm gonna see you lot later. Zilla, say peace out to the people.
Blessings, everybody, again. Thank you for listening. Wherever you are, good evening, good night, good morning. Blessings. Travel good. Hope you learned something today. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace. We out.
Peace.